Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. Each episode, we highlight a new Commander deck that you get to see pop off in a glorious fashion. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck, ready for another spicy episode or meme episode. We'll see what happens. Do we build spicy decks or funny decks? I guess the cards will decide, the art of the cards. I just love playing paper Magic with my friends.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin. Glad to be back. I play a lot of Magic on Spell Table. That's great, but nothing beats playing paper Magic with your friends. So glad to be back.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Larry. Stoked to be back here with some new faces, folks that I personally have played with online recently.
That's how we met Shane. We met Shane playing Shane in the Discord.
I'm Shane. I'm a patron. It's been an awesome experience online with you guys. I'm here to bring the spice a little bit. So some chaos with some mono red.
Yeah, it's like we pulled you out of the Patreon Discord right into real life. Yeah. We're like, oh, this guy was fun to play with. Come join us. So, Assassin's Creed came out. I did play the game, and they did the Templars, and a friend of mine runs like a Ren Fair castle, and we've dressed up as Templars. So I thought it would kind of be fun to do a Templar deck, since you're normally restricted to one card, but in this case I get to have as many Templars as I want in this deck. And then since Templars have a theme of the finding lost artifacts, legendary artifacts, you go to the Indiana Jones stuff. Yeah, right behind you. I have over 20 Templars in the deck, and I'm trying to get 5 out, have them all attack, and go get a cool legendary artifact like a Chroma's Memorial to give him double strike or flying. The commander to just host my Templars. She's Arna Keeneru, Sky Captain. 2 colorless, white, blue, black. She's a human knight legendary creature, so the Templars are also human knights, so you could say this is an all human knight deck. Flying lifelink, ward, discard, which I love. A lot of people can discard, so it does still make the ward easily to do, but at least hopefully it hurts you. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, double the number of each kind of counter on it, period. Then for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token that's a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. So if I have an artifact that's attached to one of my creatures, probably a Templar, and then I attack with it, I get to double that artifact. Legendary artifact theme, Templar theme, Indiana Jones total sub-theme of the Templars, protecting the lost artifacts.
I am playing Lazav, the Multifarious. He's a little 1/3 guy. When Lazav enters the battlefield, I get to surveil one, so I can keep it on top or toss it in the graveyard. And then he has an activated ability. I can pay X, and Lazav becomes a copy of target creature card in my graveyard with converted mana cost X or less, except its name is Lazav, it's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has this ability. So, notably it doesn't become a copy of him or anything. He's still Lazav, he's just also something else. I'm looking to throw big scary beaters in my graveyard. Some of the big scary beaters have terrible ETB effects, so I'm looking to put scary stuff in the graveyard, turn Lazav into scary stuff, and then hopefully hit you guys with him.
Sounds fair. Bring in Torbran, Thane of Redfell. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent, or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2. I'm playing a lot of little pingy stuff to make it a little bit bigger. It's all about just hitting the ground running and seeing how fast we can end this game.
I'm playing Ishkanah, Graph Widow, a 3/5 with reach that is both green per the mana cost and black per the activated ability. So it costs 1 green and 4 generic, has the ability Delirium. When Ishkanah Graph Widow enters the battlefield, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, put 3 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach onto the battlefield. And it has the activated ability, I can pay a black and 6, target opponent loses 1 life for each spider I control. I'm trying to make bunches of spiders, and then I'm trying to make enough mana to zap somebody with all these spiders. And maybe there's a world where I even get to untap all my lands and do it multiple times. If I get there, I get there.
Bring the spider swarm.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I get to run Arachnogenesis on theme.
Hey guys, if you want to support I Hate Your Decks, we can keep making episodes every other Friday. Join our Patreon. You can play in our Discord. That's how we met this guy. Larry and I were literally playing this guy in the Discord. And you can chat with us in the Discord. Plus, also, you get to see episodes early. We usually drop episodes on Monday or Tuesday, and you don't have to wait till Friday. So you get to watch episodes early, and you get to support your favorite channel, hopefully.
I hate your deck.
All right, let's roll to see who goes first. 3, 2, dang, 4. All right, Kevin rolled the 4, so Kevin goes first. I got 7. You got 7?
Got 7.
All right, take us away.
I'll draw a card. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. That's like your
Yes.
slogan.
Yes.
I like it.
I will play a command tower, and I'll pass the turn.
Let's have that fun we talked about. I will play this Drowned Catacomb tapped. They don't control an island or a swamp. Pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, hi. Yeah, I should probably play the higher upside, please. I'll play a swamp. I'll cast a Deathrite Shaman and pass the turn.
A nice little turn
My
one.
deck hates that guy.
Yeah. I don't think anyone likes Larry having it more than anyone else. It's like, let him have it.
I mean, I top decked it, and it came down to sequencing. I passed. I'm sorry.
Bolt, shot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kill it.
Kill it,
He's
kill it.
it's a little 1-2, man.
Just a little one, yeah.
Don't let him build up
value town.
anything.
You guys are acting like this dude broke Legacy before something.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a Mountain. Say go.
Untap, upkeep, draw a card. Play a swamp. Tap 2 colorless and play a Mind Stone and pass the turn.
Untap, draw. Godless Shrine. Shock myself for 2. I'm gonna tap 2, and a Templar Knight is joining the party.
Oh.
We're doing what I sold
say-
you we're doing. The Templar Knights are coming. God wills it, as they say in the Templar crew. And God will I pass a turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a Tranquil Thicket as my land for turn and pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Mountain. Tap 2. Power Surge. Power Surge is an enchantment that has probably been revised, but I'll just read what it says. At the beginning of a player's turn, before the untap phase, the player must take a counter for each of his or her lands that is not tapped. During that player's upkeep, Power Surge does 1 damage to that player for each counter, and then the counters are discarded. So you're basically going to get pinged for 1 for every untapped mana you have at your upkeep.
If it's going into my turn, under present circumstances,
Yes.
I untap and I have 1 tapped land and 1 untapped, so I would take 1.
Correct.
Under these circumstances. If, on the other hand, I'm moving into my turn with my mana tapped thusly, at my untap step, I would untap
And take no damage.
and then take no damage because all my mana was tapped going into my untap step. or
So if
land.
you just tap out on someone's end step, let's have fun.
Pass.
All right, so untap, take no damage.
No damage.
Okay, draw a card. Play an island for my land for turn, and then I will tap a blue and a colorless. I will cast Arna, Herald of Invasion. It's a 1/3. Whenever I cast a legendary spell, untap her, and I can tap her to loop, draw a card, and discard a card, or I can pay 5 and a Phyrexian black to turn her over, and she turns into like a weird Phyrexian obliterator type thing. Pass the turn.
Seems scary.
Yeah, a little bit. That card is sick, dude.
I wanted to build a deck around her. I was thinking about it.
Untap. Draw. A land. I'm gonna tap 2, and I'm gonna cast a Sword of the Animist. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library.
It's okay. You can come at me.
I'll hit you for 3. It has vigilance. God wills it. The Renaissance Fair, that's what they say. All right, pass turn.
Prior to the end of the turn, I'll float a mana for
choice.
reasons.
Good choice.
Untap, upkeep, trigger, no damage because both my lands were tapped. I'll draw. I'll play a Grim Backwoods, and I'll pass the turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn. I'll play a Memorial to War. Comes in tapped. I can add a red mana, or I can pay 4 and a red, tap and sack it, and destroy target land. Pass my turn.
Okay, prior to the end of your turn, I'm also going to tap out my lands so that I can go to my turn and untap, take no damage, draw a card. Play an Opal Palace for my land. Tap 4. Cast a Whispering Madness. It's
Oh.
a sorcery. I'd like to also hold priority and throw something else on top. Play a Vampiric Tutor. So it's a wheel and draw something I want.
Either way, are you responding to Vampiric Tutor?
I am responding.
Okay.
I'm floating a blue. I am passing.
It's a fake out.
I have to not forget for that thing.
In response to Vampiric Tutor, I'm going to pay 3 and cast Harrow. I'll get a forest and a swamp. So your Vampiric Tutor resolves.
Okay.
Or I'm going to pass priority at that point.
Yeah, in response to the Vampiric Tutor, let's just go ahead and tap 2. I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Strike your creature.
Okay, deals 3 damage to her. In response, I'll do her thing. I'll loot, tap to draw a card and discard a card.
Okay. This is before Vampiric Tutor.
I will discard Virtus the Veiled, and then she dies.
Okay.
And then Vampiric Tutor.
Vampiric Tutor, lose 2 life. Okay, I'm gonna get this card. Cut.
Now I can put something in my hand that I want.
So that's there. This goes on top.
And so at this point, this is now on the stack.
On the stack.
I have another response. I'm going to pay 2 and cast Grisly Salvage. Revealing the top 5 of my library, I may put a creature or land from among them into my hand, and I put the rest into my graveyard. Not that this is, strictly speaking, going to matter. I'll put Boseiju, who endures, into my hand.
Responses to Whispering?
Got nothing.
Okay, so Whispering Madness is a sorcery. Each player discards his or her hand, then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. So who has the most cards?
I have 5.
I have 5.
I also have 5.
3.
Yeah,
So
so we each discard and draw 5.
Oh, Fierce Guardianship. I just didn't have enough. Or a commander. So I had a counter, but
But you'll get 5 shiny new cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I will pass the turn.
untap. I'll keep draw. Well, Prairie Stream will enter tapped. I will move to equipped the Sword of MS for 2 to my Templar Knight. +1/+1 now, so I will move to combat. I will choose to tap. Vigilance is there. Larry, I'm going to swing at you for 4. Huzzah!
Sorry, I'm just so shocked that you would be launching this crusade against me, dude.
I know you're not going to block with that guy,
Definitely not.
so I figured you'd take
I'm
it.
gonna,
It's my chance to get through.
yeah, I'm really happy about this guy. I was lost in a world of enchantment. I mean,
It's 4.
what?
He's 3+1. But hold on. Oh, sorry. On attack, though.
This movie was a bear. 3-1, getting pumped.
So I get a basic land. So Plains comes on the battlefield from sort of the animus on the attack trigger. Then we dealt the damage. Now I'll go to second main after Larry gives me a cut. I had to pass the motherfucking turn.
You wanted one more night? Maybe.
Chances are, if there's 20 of them, I probably have another in hand.
I'll tap Deathrite Shaman for mana.
So Shipwreck Marsh is exiled.
Tapping him for green, and then I'll pay 5 and cast Seedborn Muse. Yeah, 2/4 Spirit. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step.
Oh my god.
That's an issue.
Gonna be a growing issue. Yeah.
A growing issue.
I think so for you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The start of something bad.
Now we know removal.
I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep draw. A mountain. All right, what am I gonna do here?
Submit.
I'm just gonna bring out the dwarf.
There he is.
All right, do some work.
I'm gonna respond to the dwarf.
Oh no!
I'll tap black and activate Deathrite Shaman, exiling Vampiric Tutor.
Okay.
From your graveyard, each of you guys will lose 2 life.
Red Dwarf Man, Torbran. Legendary creature, Dwarf Noble. He's a 2/4. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. So you guys, you know, if you want to stop floating that mana, that'd be great. So Power Surge can actually do something this game.
If you get mana barbs, we're gonna be in trouble. Are you passing then?
Pass the turn.
Okay, your turn. Untap.
All right, untap.
Larry's untapped to beat you to it.
Uh-oh.
It's not even your turn, it's his. I mean, I'm kidding, it is your turn.
Something-
When someone is seedborn, is it really your turn?
No, it's
Our turn.
It's always like
Yeah,
never
your guys'
turn.
turns are little bit my turns.
he did it again.
Seedborn gives you deja vu. Again?
Untap, no damage for nothing. Draw a card. Play an island.
Yep.
I will tap 5, including 1 blue, to cast a Traumatize, targeting myself.
I'm gonna respond,
Okay.
paying the white. I'm filling the white.
Traumatize is a sorcery. I put half of my deck in my graveyard.
No, I don't think I should have a response to that.
I'm trying
Yourself
to
is-
traumatize myself.
Interesting choice.
So 40.
Yeah. 8, 9, 40.
You had 81 cards left in your library, and it's half rounded up.
Rounded down.
Perfect.
So 40 cards in your
40 cards in my graveyard.
What are the big things of note?
For my deck, it's the creatures, and so that I have 1 mana left. I have one more thing I want to do. I'm going to tap a blue for a Mystic Remora,
Oh shit.
and then if that resolves, I will pass the turn.
Okay. Prior to the end of the turn, I'll activate Deathrite Shaman, paying a black to drain you guys for 2 after exiling the best instant or sorcery in your graveyard.
Instant or sorcery.
Yeah. Mana drain, let's do it. I'm so excited to have this combo of Deathrite Shaman and Seedborn Muse.
I have nothing. I untap, upkeep. Your thing happens, but I saw that I had 0. Draw for turn. Play a Reliquary Tower. Hopefully that comes into play for me at some point. I'm gonna tap 3, cast this Sword of Truth and Justice. Whenever equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and blue. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on equipped creature you control, then proliferate.
To pay 4.
You can't pay 4, so you will draw. If that resolves, pay 2 to move to equipped to my Templar Knight. He needs the sword. I'll actually hold it like that. I will go to combat. You have become dangerous.
I got a big old graveyard.
My Templar has to do his duty. He's on a mission from God.
God willing.
Yeah, I lived in Chicago for a little bit.
Say your prayers.
He's got a 6 power, which I guess is all that matters right now. On attack trigger before, though, I will go get a Plains. Comes in tapped.
I got no blocks for that.
Let's do the damage, 6 damage to you, Kev, so you go to 28.
28.
Why don't you give me a cut since I hit you? You can decide my fate.
What? Yeah, Necrotic Ooze, that might have to go.
He's just chilling, dude.
Okay.
Have to go.
Okay,
Labman, okay, I see win conditions here.
Now that I've done damage, I get to put a +1 counter on my Templar, then proliferate. So it'll proliferate to 2. I pass the turn with 1 white-blue mana.
Prior to the end of the turn, I'll pay a green and activate Deathrite Shaman and exile Laboratory Maniac from your graveyard.
Pretty solid, yeah.
I'll gain 2 life up to 38, and then I will float the rest of this mana also prior to the end of the turn. This is gonna be the gotcha game. Because this is like the anchor trigger. Like going into your turn, you gotta remember to do this, and then it sets you up. I'm just gonna start playing this card so I stop missing triggers. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So untaps, check there. I had tapped out, I'll draw. I'll play a Swamp. I'll tap and exile the mountain from your graveyard there, Shane, to make a green mana. And then I'll pay 4 more to cast Ishkanah. Has reach. I have Delirium, so land, creature, enchantment, artifact, sorcery, instant, blah blah. So I'll make 3 1/2 spiders with reach.
Am I still the scariest? I don't know.
Well, Larry had a lot of removal, so I felt like I owed a smack. You a smack?
Oh, you did.
Fairly certain the board's gonna get wiped. You know, like it's okay, guys. Right? It's okay.
I'll feel okay when that's gone.
Yeah, no, yeah, that part's not really that.
So what are you doing with all these spiders? Arachnophobia.
Probably looking to block stuff. Then I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
Untap, draw for turn. Another mountain. So I'm gonna tap 2 and attempt to cast a Young Pyromancer. It's a 1 and a red, it's a 2/1. Creature Human Shaman. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, I will create a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
I'm just trying to decide how to do this. I'll exile another land from your graveyard.
Mine?
Yeah, any land. I'm gonna make mana. I'm gonna use this 2 to cast Golgari Charm, destroying target enchantment. It'll be Mystic Remora, and I'll use the Deathrite Shaman mana and 3 more to pay the tax on it.
You got it. Ouch.
He really hates blue draw like that.
He hates it. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's understandable. It wins games.
When my opponents have it, I hate it too.
I've won games because of things like that effect.
So Young Pyromancer resolves.
Yep.
Tap 2 more mana, cast Thermal Alchemist. Thermal Alchemist is 1 and a red. It's a defender, 0/3. I can tap it to deal 1 damage to each opponent, and whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, I will untap Thermal Alchemist. Pass the turn from there.
All right, you're already tapped out. You don't have to worry.
I'm already all tapped out.
All right, untap.
Untap. And I got nothing to show for it. Untap, draw a card. Play a swamp for my land. Tap 2, Talisman of Dominance. I'm gonna tap 5, including 2 black for a Doom Whisperer.
Oh, so good.
6/6 Nightmare Demon, and he has Flying and Trample, and an ability I can pay 2 life to Surveil 2. Are there any responses to Doom Whisperer?
I will respond by tapping the blue
You got it.
and then passing to Larry.
I have no response.
I also have no response.
We are gonna pass the turn with that.
Prior to the end of the turn, I'll pay a black and exile. Yeah, sure, traumatize. Who cares?
Okay, my lands are all tapped for the record. I'm gonna go ahead and untap while
So
you
each
guys
of you
are
guys
resolving.
lose 2.
I draw for turn. We're here to cast commanders, not just Templars. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap 5, Esper, and the colorless, and cast my commander, Arna, Keeneru, Sky Captain, Flying Knight 4/4. Does that resolve?
No responses.
It's whenever she attacks?
No, whenever a modified
Oh,
creature
he
attacks.
modified, bonafide,
Yeah.
frogified. You're going to get one of these. Stating the obvious. you know, that's pretty cool. Arna Keeneru, she's here to get rude with some dudes. You know?
Are you guys,
Slap 'em
are
up,
you
slap 'em
passing
up.
priority?
You have 2 mana left. No, I'm gonna pay a black and exile the demonic tutor in your graveyard, Kevin.
All right.
And each of you guys will lose 2. I lied. I am swinging on you, Larry.
He's the one who might be able to hurt Larry. I might need to keep Shane doing Shane things.
Sure.
You know, and that also gives those targets from getting so big is going to have to make him respond to that.
Well, why can't we be friends, you know?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Because a Templar has to kill a demon.
God willing.
It's written.
Because they stand for God and you are
You
a demon.
clearly are a demon.
You has demon.
I mean, it is written.
It is written.
It is written.
I gotta
Yeah.
fight. So I am gonna swing at you, vigilant, but on attack trigger, I get another planes. So it comes in tapped. Arna Keeneru, guy captain.
Pronounce it differently.
It gets better every time.
So whenever modified creature you control attacks, double the number of each kind of counter on it. Then for each non-token permanent attached to it, which would be these two, they're non, create a token as a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. So I get to know, but I think the problem is the legendary rule, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the one would come in and die because it's legendary, and then this will come in as another sword.
Well, and you double his counters, right?
And I'll double the counters. So the counters go from
And then-
2 to 4 for doubling the counters. But then yes, technically I get another Sword of the Animus, but because it's legendary, it's gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's a 12 Templar Knight, not vigilant. Protection for white and blue, does not trample. No. So you could block with the demon, unless you wanted to keep the demon.
I mean, I would prefer not to lose half my life to that, so I think I have to block.
Well, when you put it that way.
But earlier he was talking about keeping it, you know.
Well, I would like to keep it, but I can't.
That was in the before time.
So-
We're in the now.
As is written, the knight is going to kill the demon.
Okay.
So I'm going to assign him as a blocker, but before damage, I'd like to respond and do his thing maybe a couple times.
Okay.
So I'll pay 2 life. I am going to dump them both. Yeah, damage will go through. Knight kills the Doom Whisperer Nightmare Demon.
Yeah, and I don't get to do any of this stuff because I did not deal damage to a player. I'll go to second main. I'll tap 2, and we're all surprised. Templar 2.
Prior to the end of the turn, I'll pay 4 and activate Grim Backwoods, sacrificing Ishkanah to draw a card. Then I'll go to my turn. That's the plan. But along the way, more shenanigans are set to happen. I'll play a forest, pay 2, and cast Cryptolith Rite. It's an enchantment. Creatures I control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. I'll tap Seedborn Muse and my 3 spiders for 4 mana.
This
Plus
is bad.
3 more.
This is bad.
Recast Ishkanah. She's going to enter the battlefield. I still have Delirium. I'll make 3 untapped spiders. Then I'll pay a black and tap Deathrite Shaman and exile a Braid from your graveyard. Shane, each of you guys will lose 2 life. And then I will pass the turn. These 3 spiders and Ishkanah are all summoning sick.
In response to your end step, I will tap my mana. Okay, so untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play a mountain. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna tap Thermal Alchemist and ping everybody for 3.
Seems good.
Tap 2 mana and attempt to cast Smash to Dust, choosing deal 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls, which would be 3 from Torbran.
That's good. Yeah, so you're hitting Larry, right?
Yeah. I have responses.
This will also trigger Young Pyromancer and the Thermal Alchemist on cast. I will untap the Thermal Alchemist and I will get a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
I'm gonna respond to that and activate Deathrite Shaman, exiling Lightning Strike from your graveyard. Each of you guys will lose 2 life. And then I'm going to activate Ishkanah, paying 3 here and tapping these for 4 to drain you for 7 life, Shane.
Sounds fair.
Man, we're resolving the board wipe. So my Templar Knight dies. You have an elemental that entered the battlefield.
I'll tap, everybody takes another 3.
You're down at 12, bro. The traumatized everybody.
I know, I didn't even do anything with
I'm
it.
going
Beat it up.
to tap 2 and attempt to cast Cathartic Pyre, dealing 3 damage to the Seedborn Muse. which would be 5 damage.
I'm sweating and hoping that resolves. Do you pass priority?
I got nothing.
I pass priority. It's on Larry.
It's good.
I will get another.
Bam.
Cool. That will untap my Thermal Alchemist.
Ouchie.
1, and I will give one of my 2 elementals haste and draw a card. Oh, I was supposed to tap the Thermo before that. Yikes. Okay, well, I'll draw my card. That's still good.
Sequencing, it's important.
It is important. You live and you learn.
This is how we live and learn.
Yep, I'll go ahead and leave Thermal Alchemist up. I will swing.
If you remove that, I can do a lot of damage.
I can swing one of my elementals at him. So that's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna get one.
I don't think I'm the threat anymore.
I need protection from red. Dude, a sword that has protection from green and red would be like the godsend.
Declare attacks.
Yep.
No blocks.
Okay, you'll take 3 damage. And I will pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'll tap my land.
Here we go.
Untap.
Living Death.
Draw a card.
You know, he's the only one I have protection from.
You can give your commander a sword.
So I'll tap a blue and a black. I'll play my commander, Lazav. Any responses?
Negative.
All right.
Response.
No
When
response.
he ETBs, surveil one, dump it. Dump a island. I will tap 2, a colorless and a blue, a ghostly pilferer. So it's a 2/1 spirit rogue. Whenever he becomes untapped, I can pay 2 colorless and draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card. And I can discard a card so he can't be blocked this turn. And that's it. Pass the turn.
I have already tapped out, so I will go ahead and untap, not do the damage, draw for turn. I'll tap for 3, cast Battle Mastery. Enchant creature has double strike. Give that to Arna, Keeneru, Sky Captain. I mean, resolves.
Nothing for me.
That's good.
Okay, then I will tap 3 and equip the other sword to Keeneru. So now it gets +2. Let's go to combat. 1 at Larry, flyer.
6/6 double strike.
So we'll go to attack trigger. So I'm gonna swing Arna Keeneru at Shane, and the Templar, God wills it, will still keep on Kill Larry World Peace. Then you have a blocker. You're able to stop it.
Yeah.
Attack trigger is gonna happen. She will double each counter on modified creatures. This is a modified creature. This will go from 4 to 8. All of these are gonna trigger. These 3 specifically, because they're permanents, and I get a copy. So I will get another copy of Sword and Truth and Justice. I'll get a copy of the Sword of Animus, but it's legendary, so 1 will die. I will get a copy of the Enchanted Double Strike, which won't matter because it doesn't give me multiple double strikes. And this won't trigger because it's a token, and it doesn't. Everyone knows that she doesn't copy tokens.
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
Everyone, it's common knowledge. Then the Sword of the Animist will also trigger on attacks, and I'll go to my library, and I'm gonna get basic planes come in and tapped. So she has double strike.
I'm gonna block.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, go to block.
I would like to block.
So you're gonna block the Templar.
Yeah.
I have no flyers.
Okay, so she is also tapped. So I'm gonna first hit you for 6. 6. 1 sword trigger. That's gonna happen. That's gonna first put on a +1 counter. Then it's gonna proliferate. So it's gonna go from 1 to 2, and this will go from 8 to 9. Now we'll go to the second combat.
Or to regular strike.
Regular combat. Regular
so
strike.
this block happens, Ishkanah dies.
No triggers from my 2 swords here. I have another, so now I have 8 hitting you. Now I'm hitting you for 8.
Okay, and you get to...
Add another +1 counter to the sword trigger and proliferate to 4 and this to 10. And now I believe I go to my second main, I'll tap for 2 white and I'll cast a Templar. Pass the turn because God wills it.
Prior to the end of the turn.
Dang it.
He's DJing
Yeah,
over there.
Oh man.
I wanted to ping you for a million.
Draw Wooded Foothills. I'll crack Wooded Foothills, losing a life.
It might not look at it like it, but I have a
You
plan
can't,
to
like,
maybe
choose
deal
to
with
target
this,
another creature.
like in a very
guess that's
decisive way, I think. Okay.
I'll pay 3 and cast a Yavimaya Elder, 2/1 human druid. When he is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I may search my library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, and put them into my hand. If I do, I shuffle my library. I can also pay 2 generic, sacrifice him, and draw a card. In the event that I sacrificed him, I would search for the lands first, then shuffle, then draw a card. I'm going to pass the turn after that.
Response to your end step, I'm going to float a red and tap Thermo Alchemist, dealing 3 damage to everybody's face.
I'm close.
All right,
Where
untap,
is it? 25.
upkeep, draw for turn, heart of the cards. Don't want to kill Kevin.
I can help. I promise I can help with this.
Shouldn't activate Thermo Alchemist. That's the thing.
Just chill with that guy just for a second.
I'm gonna leave you alive, but just by a little bit. Tap Thermo Alchemist.
In response to the tap of Thermal Alchemist, I need to do it, man. I can't keep taking damage. I'm gonna attempt to Pongify Torbran.
That'll do.
Pongify's on the stack. No response.
3/3 green ape.
I have an ape!
Yay.
Dude, alphabetizing these tokens, best thing I ever did.
Didn't want to do that, but Torbran hurt me.
Each of us takes 1.
That kind of stifles what I was gonna do. Then tap 3. Okay, you ready for this, guys? You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Brotherhood's End. So I get to choose one. Okay, it either deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker, which would have been 5, but I will instead choose to destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less.
Oh, I thought we had a deal.
Does not destroy my enchantment of Double Striker. You've made me angry. No, you had to do it.
Couple triggers. I will get another little guy. Okay, I will untap the Thermo Alchemist. Tap Thermo Alchemist again, pinging everybody for 1. Enjoy that burn, guys. Tap 1 and deal 2 damage to your face.
All right, 1, 2.
Untap. Another. Pass the turn.
Prior to the end of your turn, I'm gonna tap these 2 guys for mana, but I'm only gonna use 1 of it. I'm gonna activate Lazav's ability. For X is gonna be 1, and I'm gonna turn him into this guy, a Sleep Cursed Fairy. So it's a 3/3 with flying and ward 2. It enters the battlefield tapped with 3 stun counters on it, but that doesn't happen because he's already on the battlefield. I'll just like keep him here so you know that that's who he is.
So the big thing is you can untap him. You also still have the ability to untap it.
Yes.
And now you have flying and ward 2.
Yes. So I will untap, not take any damage from that thing, draw a card.
It's like the movie Rat Race. Everyone's just trying to get to the race.
I'm just that guy that fell asleep and I woke back up. I'm like, where am I?
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, Mr. Bean. He won.
I'm gonna move to combat and swing at Lynch in the air with a 3/3 Sleep Cursed Fairy.
Okay.
Okay, in response to no blocks, I'll activate Lazav for 3 and turn him into Virtus the Veiled.
Yeah.
So this will go away.
So he's a 1/1.
He's
That's
a
gonna
1/1.
take him half my life.
Yes. A 1/1 Death Touch, and when he deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up.
I lose 1 life first.
Take a damage
And
and then
then
you
I
lose half rounded up.
Go to 13.
Yes. See, I could have phaged him if I had a little bit more mana. I could have just killed him. That was my big trick. Sure. That's it, man. Pass the turn.
Now I gotta kill you.
Well, I saw that coming.
Untap.
You said you were gonna kill me.
Well, I was gonna kill Shane because Shane is also a huge. You're all threats. Untap draw.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some are more threatening than others.
I'm never threatening. I'm always nice.
Larry's nice. Don't kill him.
It's exactly what
That's
they say.
what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my friends say that.
Yes.
I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna cast a Swiftfoot Boots. I'm gonna move to equip the boots to my commander. Oh right, I have to pay the 1 for the Swifty Boots. So I'll swing with all 3. These 2 are vigilant. This one I'll have come at you. This one, I guess these 2 are Larry.
On attacks.
Keeneru is going to double all my counters. So this is going to go from 4 to 8, and this will go from 10 to 20. I will make copies of, which it won't really matter. I'll have 2 of these enchantment auras. I don't think it doesn't matter because the double strand, I can't move them, but I guess if you guys are blowing up, a lightning greaves. So I guess the lightning greaves can be the different ones, so we know it's
You
different.
mean the
Swifties.
Sorry,
Swifty Boots.
did I say Swift Boots when I
Yeah,
cast
you
it?
did.
So then I'll get a copy of the Swiftfoot Boots since you guys declared blockers.
A Yavimaya Elder is going to block the 23 power Templar Knight. My life total is currently 23, so I will block here. This guy will go unblocked.
Before that happens, you have no blockers, right?
No blockers.
So I will hit you for the first damage, which is 12. So I'm gonna hit him for 12
I have a
for
response prior to that.
to the first.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pay
First strike
2
damage.
and sacrifice Yavimaya Elder.
Okay.
I search my library for 2 basics. There's a forest, there's a swamp, and then I'll draw a card. Hopefully I'll be able to impact the situation.
Oh, you're dead, huh? First strike. I don't get that double strike.
Oh, I'm toast. Yeah.
I have blocked here. This is still going to potentially hit me. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. That's like a, what, 15 commander coming at me or something?
Lifelink.
Unfortunately, I have no further responses.
So you're gonna die.
Dead.
Sorry, Kevin.
Good game,
buddy. Thanks
that
for
was
coming.
fun. Good game.
I'm gonna gain these 12. The second damage happens. This actually goes 3, taking you to 20. With the 3 damage going in, but you blocked this guy, so he stays blocked even though you sacked him. So now we've resolved everything. And now we go to second main. I will pay 2. I will play another Templar. I'll pay another 2 white. Surprise, another Templar. Fortunately, we are 1 short of getting the 5 to do the thing next turn. I'll pay 1 to move my copy onto Big Knight Templar. I pass the turn with 1 mana open.
Float my last 3 mana, and then move to untap. Upkeep, draw. I will pay 9 and recast my commander. Commander will enter the battlefield, create 3 1/1 spiders. I'll pass the turn.
In response, I'm going to float to red and tap Thermo Alchemist to ping everybody. All right, untap. Heart of the cards, here we go.
I know I have to kind of get you, and then I got to kind of deal with this spider mess.
Let's just do this. Go out swinging. I'm gonna tap 6 over in Torbran.
Tap your guy, do 3 damage.
Hell yeah. And then I'm going to swing out at you with 6 creatures.
Okay. So this is the only one that won't
damage.
get the Torbran.
Correct.
And he does all the other damage he's adding to those. This is your bigger one?
That's my 4/1.
All right, so I'll block and kill your 4/1 with my 23.
I'm not gonna let God bring you a legendary equipment.
Here and here.
Trade.
So kill your ape, little trade. Kill one of these. Right, yeah, so 9. So take 9 damage. Okay.
All right, I will pass the turn.
Tapping the 1, and then I'm going to untap on my turn. So untap the 1 on your step so I don't take any damage. I will now draw for turn. I'll play the Polluted Delta, but I'm not going to go get it right now. Everything at Larry. So this will first tap. Attack triggers double-fied the modified counters. This will go from 8 to 16. So that goes to 40. I make a copy of Swiftfoot Boots.
Okay.
I make another copy of this enchantment aura that's not going to do anything because it just keeps giving me double strike. That's all my triggers.
I'm going to declare blocks.
Okay.
I'll block your commander with my commander.
Okay.
I'll block your super swole knight with this little teeny tiny spider. I'm gonna block your knight with my other spider.
First strike damage, do 20. So I'm going to kill that and gain 20 life.
There you go. This is gonna go to my graveyard.
So I'm at 32. This will kill this. These will trade.
Yep.
Double strike's not going to go through because the
It doesn't
creature
have
died
trample.
and doesn't have trample. So I don't get the second life gain. Hopefully I can just survive past turn.
Okay.
Get him. Get him.
Untap. I'll draw for turn. I'll play a swamp. I'll pay 3 and cast Victimize. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. I'll choose Ishkanah and Seedborn Muse are going to be the 2 creatures in question. They enter tapped, and I sacrifice this
token.
1 spider. Ishkanah on ETB is going to make me 3 new spiders. Then I'm going to go ahead and pay 7 and drain you for 4, Mike.
For 4?
4? Yeah, I control 4 spiders.
Okay.
And then I'll pass my turn, untapping all my permanents because of Seedborn Muse.
All right.
Oh, he can kill you anytime he wants.
Guess you could. Untap.
I think we're finna kill you, dude.
But at this point,
Kill
you
Mike.
have your kill win con for him.
Kill
right
Mike and
on.
Larry Scoops, dude. That's all it is.
What?
I promise. Nah.
All right. Let's try this on for size. I'm gonna tap.
Sequencing is very important.
It is very important.
Sequence is important in life too, you know?
Open the door before you walk through it. Put on your pants before your shoes.
Take off your pants before you pee.
Disagree.
Do here.
All the cool kids.
Oh, kids pee in their pants. That movie's probably too old now. Adam
I don't
Sandler's
care, man.
Billy
It's
Madison.
dated and it's bad in a lot of ways, but it's
Yeah.
hilarious still. I don't care.
So what you got?
Let's do this and ping everybody for 3.
Oil rules.
1, 2, 3.
And then let's just see Maddening Hex. Enchant player. Whenever enchanted player casts a non-creature spell, roll a d6. Maddening Hex deals damage to that player equal to the results, then attach Maddening Hex to another one of your opponents at random. I will attach it to you, Michael Lynch. I'll go to combat. I will swing at you as well, Mike.
I'm gonna block 1 and kill. Because I only have 1 that can block. And then I take 6. Second main.
Second
Took the damage.
main. You took the damage. I will pass.
I will before you pass. No tap.
I will also.
Yeah.
Ishkanah, Graph Widow. I'll
4
zap
damage.
you for 4.
Okay. Now I go to my turn, untap everything, draw for turn.
Seems like we're at a standoff, boys.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're just gonna hand the game to him. Swing at you in the air and swing at you on the ground. I have 2 modified creatures. This is gonna double the counters to 80.
Oh God.
That's nutty.
H,
80.
dude.
So there's 80. This goes from 16 to 32.
You're gonna gain
We can
36
do-
life. God, I can't stand never picking up removal. Like,
Another copy of the Lightning Greaves, if that ever matters. Another copy of that, which not gonna matter. That's not gonna copy that. We'll go to blocks first.
No blocks.
I'll block with Ishkanah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
How many times
Yeah,
did you cast
it's fine.
her?
From the command zone?
Yeah, command
3
zone.
times. And then reanimated her once.
Yeah.
So I'll block with Ishkanah.
Okay.
Prior to damage, I'll activate Grim Backwoods, sacrificing her back to the command zone to draw a card. All right.
First strike, I hit you for 36. I gain 36.
51.
Yeah. And then you die.
Yes, I do.
Arna Keeneru, nice to meet you. Please come visit anytime. I love it.
This goes back to you, so we don't forget that. I'll tap 1, and I'll move one of these over here. Larry versus Lynch.
The showdown.
We've had many rivalries from the 1v1 tournaments he throws to on camera.
Sick. Good times.
Yeah, you might have been able to do it. You got rid of all my swords.
It's that lifelink.
You had a
Yeah,
bunch
I
of them out
just played a land. Oh, okay. Great. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay 3 and cast Plague Boiler. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a Plague counter on Plague Boiler. Pay Golgari and 1 generic, put a Plague counter on Plague Boiler, or remove a Plague counter from it. When Plague Boiler has 3 or more Plague counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, destroy all non-land permanents.
Whoa, it's a nuclear bomb.
Yes. Declare battle. I'll attack you with 3 speeders.
I will block with
You'll block one
one
of them.
of them. And take.
I will, prior to damage,
Yes.
sacrifice the blocked speeder
Okay.
to draw a card using Grim Backwoods.
Okay, at least there's no death touch shenanigans. I was like, oh my god, he's got a death touch. Gotcha. It kills the giant thing.
Hits for 2.
Go to 49.
Second main phase, I'll pay 3 and put a Plague counter on Plague Boiler. It's got 1 counter on it. Then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Untap. He has no flying blocker. I don't understand why he
I
doesn't.
have 2 reach blockers.
Oh, shit. Draw for turn. Tap that 2, cast a Templar Knight. Pay 1, attach a Greaves.
Okay.
Swift footprints.
Tap 2, cast another Templar Knight. Pay 1, attach the other Greaves. So they all have haste. Go to combat. I will swing everything at Larry. Triggers are gonna happen. Double the counters, so this goes to 64. This goes 160. Make a copy. I get another Lightning Greaves. Another enchantment double striker that's not gonna matter.
Okay.
All right, so damages.
Blocks. Block, 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 prior to damage. I'll tap the 3 of them to make mana with Cryptolith Right to put a counter on Plague Boiler. Also prior to blocks, I'll activate Grim Backwoods, sacrificing this speeder to draw a card. And lastly, I will pay another 3 and put a 3rd counter on Plague Boiler prior to damage. When it gets that 3rd counter, I sacrifice it and destroy all non-land permanents. Woo! Sacrifice.
That's really something.
I can't respond to that. Not casting all those Templars at the end.
We've come a long way.
My commander has 1. I pass the turn.
This dude looked so nonchalant. I was like, I
can't-
guess Plague Boiler's just doing nothing. Like,
I can't do it. I couldn't do anything
Okay.
about it.
all right, I'll untap, upkeep, draw, play a snow-covered swamp, Marais enneigé, tap a forest to cast a wild growth
In
on
response,
this forest.
I'm going to tap and crack the polluted delta. And
Okay.
very good.
targeting this other forest. Wild Growth adds a green to my mana pool for each time target land is tapped for mana. Thanks, 4th edition. Wild Growth gives target land whenever it is tapped for mana, add an additional green to your mana pool.
All right, I got a Tundra from the Polluted Delta.
I'll tap all but this green mana, paying 11 to recast Ishkanah,
Scribbling goes out.
making 3 speeders. I'll pass the turn.
Untap, draw for turn. I'm gonna cast Dam. So I'll tap 2 white and colorless, and then the island. And I'll destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated this way.
Damn, son! Damn! Damn! Get it! Getting you with the damn!
Oh, damn!
Damn!
Okay, costs 8 additional. Ergo 13 mana.
I will then tap 7 and recast my commander.
Arna Keeneru, here she is.
She's back!
She's here to play.
And I pass the turn being hellbent.
Oh, Arna.
At least you have
I'm glad you're
hellbent.
hellbent.
At least you have, you have hand.
I mean, I've been drawing a lot of lands lately, but that's also part of why I'm able to recast my commander.
Yeah, 11 for commander's a lot.
Yeah. I'm about to do it again. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a forest as my land for turn.
And I thought I was doing good ramping with my animist.
Yeah, you can't outramp green, man.
Larry knows how to ramp with the best of them.
I'll pay 4 and cast Parallel Lives. If an effect would put 1 or more tokens onto the battlefield under your control, it puts twice that many of those tokens onto the battlefield instead. Then I'll tap my Wild Growth land for 2, 3/4, and cast Penumbra Spider. 2/4 with Reach. Whenever Penumbra Spider dies, create a 2/4 black spider creature token with Reach.
Fucking spiders.
Pass the turn after that.
Untap.
Dude, I'm here to fade this draw. Fade.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna swing and hit you with my flying lifelink 4/4.
You will do no such thing, for I will block with Penumbra. I will block with Penumbra Spider prior to damage. I'll pay 4, activate Grim Backwoods, sacrifice Penumbra Spider. I create 2 2/4 black speeders with Reach and draw a card.
I have no utility land right now.
Draws a card.
Okay, pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Dude, we are in a heated battle.
Hoo-wee. I'll declare battle. I'll attack you for 4 with the 2/4 Penumbra Spiders.
So I go down 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Second main phase,
Yeah.
I'll pay 2 and cast Deadly Brew. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrificed a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay, so I had to sack my commander.
I think it's got to be Seedborn Muse.
So you're tapping 13?
Pay 13 to recast Ishkanah.
Yes.
ETBs triggers Parallel Lives, and I get 6
Damn.
Duders, and I'll pass the turn.
All right, untap. Nothing. Draw. Fuck.
Oh, damn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Recast my commander. Doesn't have haste. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw,
They're webs, man.
Not a good matchup
play a
for
forest,
Keeneru.
pay 5, and cast Stinger Fling Spider. 2/5 with Reach. When it enters the battlefield, I may destroy target creature with flying.
Are you kidding me?
Not even a little, bro.
All right, creature. Oh, you can't target. You have to pay.
You gotta
You
discard,
discard a card.
Word to discard a card.
At least gotta discard if you're gonna do it, so I don't fuck that up.
I'll discard Arachnogenesis.
Now it does. Damn. So rude.
Start burning them,
You're
man.
being rude to Keeneru.
Do the burn dex thing.
Then I'll pay 5 and cast Seedborn Muse. I'll declare battle.
Yep.
I'll attack you with all available speeders, so 11 total damage.
33.
Then I'll pass the turn.
So draw for turn. 11. Let's do it. Let's recast. 2. All right, Arcane Signet.
I'll respond to Arcane Signet.
Okay.
I'll tap 7, activate Ishkanah, draining you for 6, 8, 9. Damn. I'll tap 7 and do it again. Then I'll pay 1 and cast Veil of Summer, drawing a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. I'm just going to draw a card because you cast your commander. Then I'll move to my turn.
So now you can just kill me with the ability.
I draw.
I thought I had this, y'all. Woo! Did think I had it?
I'm just gonna spider it out, dude.
There we go.
Zap you for 9 and then zap you for 9 again, dude.
So I go down to 18 negative. Well, I'm at 15. Take it. I'm Larry. Good game, buddy. Way to make me work for trying to get it. Hopefully I made you work for it, I guess.
Dude, I thought I was like
maybe I
8
damned
ways
too
of
early.
dead, dude.
Maybe I damned too early.
I think I just got really lucky to, hit Deadly Brew right when I did, and most importantly, Plague Boiler.
Yeah.
Plague
Like,
Boiler.
this deck has a fair amount of removal.
Plague Boiler is one of those removal spells. That was really good.
I swear, dude, you were so nonchalant though, man. I thought you just
I
thought you had the answer for sure.
It was more of like I was just accepting the fate that I knew I didn't have it.
Yep.
You know, I was,
It is what it is.
take it on the chin when you can't stop the fight. You know?
It was an amazing experience, guys. Like, you guys are all, I can't even express how cool you guys are. Seeing you guys on the channel and then meeting you guys in person, it's like you're so down to earth. It's a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, so it was fun.
Dude, thanks a lot for coming on this show, man.
For real, thanks for playing with us.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on the show again, Larry. Love you lots, bro. Hey, Kevin, thanks a lot. And hey, every other Friday, check out I Hate Your Deck. And who knows, maybe I'll give you some surprise ones if I can do it. So keep your eye out. Maybe every Friday. Who knows? But for now, it's every other. But we'll see what happens. And if you want to support us, join the Patreon so we can keep making shows and maybe be weekly if you can help us out. And in worst case, maybe you can get stomped in the face by any one of us 4 who play in the Discord. We all 4 play in the Discord. So anyways, check it out. Till next time. Peace. If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number 1 way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out. Hey, it's time for the random Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Rhett Bose, Sleepy Jarvis, and Reed Butler. Thanks, guys. If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community. I Hate Your Deck.